Kia ora and welcome back. My name's ZoeStibi, your vocal coach for today, and welcome back to my channel where you can find reactions and analyses to your favorite singers so that you can learn to sing more like them. But let's get straight to Miley Cyrus. We're going to be talking about maybe and her vocal techniques. So let's see what she's up to.
Then you might come back home to me, baby. Oh, if I could ever hold your little head, oh, you might try to understand, oh, yeah, and baby, oh, baby.
Where can we stop? Where can we stop? Fuck! This is a completely different Miley Cyrus sound, isn't it? I'm loving her evolution. Absolutely loving it. And so cool that she, as an artist, is developing and doing what is, what works for her. So we are going to go and take another look at what she's up to, and we'll stop and start a little bit, okay?
Then you might come back home to me, baby. Oh, if I could ever hold your little head, oh, you might try to understand, oh, yeah, and baby, oh, baby.
Where to begin? Firstly, it's important to note that with any extreme vocals, if you are trying to recreate the sound, that if you scratch, catch, or cough, you must stop, take a sip of water, cool your voice back down again. You can do a slack vocal fold exercise, which is like you're a creaky door, just to take all of the tension out of the voice, and then you can start back up again. It's very important that you keep the volume low. So although it sounds like this is a really loud sound, I'm fairly certain that Miley's singing pretty low. It looks like she's putting a lot of energy into it, but that's what we do as singers, is we are able to create the same sound by just standing there and looking really bored at the wall. And then then the idea is, because no one would actually fucking watch that shit, is we then put loads of energy into it to make it seem like it's a lot harder than it is. Let's just go back to this really lovely still here. She's got really lovely high tongue position, tongue sitting behind the bottom teeth there. Absolutely perfect position for the tongue. But if you're looking for more help on the tongue position, check out my freebie singing lesson on the tongue position in the description below, because honestly, it will really, really help you to sing this sort of stuff. It will help you sing anything, basically. But if we keep looking at this, so you notice that she went, huh, huh, and she was sort of, it looked like she was almost pumping. Just let's have another look at that. See what's happening? Now, we do know that Miley Cyrus is a very accomplished singer, and we do also know from her Instagram and from what she posts on social media that she does attend singing lessons. And so that is something that we can work on in order to engage the muscles in the back. Now, I'm not saying that I want you to like pump the arms like that, but if you are looking to improve your stamina or your ability to sustain a note, then I want you to start with your arms up, and as if you're pushing through from the spine, not just your elbows going down, but really as if you're trying to push down something very, very heavy down to the side. Now I can immediately feel the engagement here underneath my armpits, and that's how you know that you're really getting in at the lats. It's not about bracing into that feeling. It's about allowing it to be movable. So I can feel under my arms are engaged, but at the same time, I can move my body and I can feel that engagement in those back muscles. We must maintain the ability to move at any time with our singing, because singing is movement. It's a movement of air. It's a movement of sound. And we don't want to brace and hold ourselves. This is like blowing my mind. Like a workout just listening to that. I'm not even sure where to stop. I'm just thinking there's so many freaking cool things that are going on that she's doing. Please, 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 if you are singing this type of music, keep the volume down. I know it seems like she's singing really, really loud, but that's the entire point of having a microphone. Pop and rock singers out there, I love you guys. You've got to make sure this is your instrument as well. This microphone will really help you, so let it help you. Actually, this week I've been using a lot of the microphone with my singers just so they can hear themselves a lot better, because when you are singing over a track or you're practicing in the studio, you know, with the piano, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to actually hear yourself being reflected back, because you're hearing about 30% of your voice actually from your mouth coming out. Most of the sound's actually being conducted through the bones up into your ears. So with that in mind, you're not really hearing the sound that you're actually producing. So try singing with a microphone where you can, or even better, record yourself and then listen back to it. Where to begin? Where to begin on Miley Cyrus's vocal journey. We can't even address that in one video because it's just not possible. She's gone through all of this evolution of her voice. So I'm not even going to go into that. We do have to just realize that some of that constriction and some of that sort of rock sound, if you call it, that crackle in her voice, is from the edema that she has on the vocal folds. She has Reinke's edema. That is where fluid collects on the vocal folds underneath the epithelium. So the epithelium is this, like the top layer of the vocal fold. Like fluid builds up within the vocal fold itself. Now the thickening of the vocal fold causes the tone to lower. Because if you think about it like the guitar strings on my guitar, you can't see them, but if you think about it like that, the lower strings are thicker and the higher strings are thinner. So that would then stand to reason with thicker vocal folds due to this edema, the voice then immediately sounds lower without her actually doing anything. Now, what also happens is because of the edema, the vocal fold becomes uneven, and that's where we can sort of get a little bit of this crack, a little bit of constriction coming in with a bit of this breath. But I have to say, you wouldn't be able to say exactly what she's doing until you were to get a camera down her nose and to really have a look at what's going on in the throat, because extreme vocals or any effects can actually be created in many, many different ways. And she's obviously doing a fantastic job. So thank you so much for joining me. Honestly, I'm so excited to listen to more Miley because I love where she's at with this more sort of like grungy rock sound. And I'm loving the vocals. Be careful with your voices. If you're wanting to rock out to more Miley, then check out my videos right here because I've also had a look more into her other recent performances. But if you've enjoyed this video, don't forget, give it a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you around here more often, and happy singing, happy practicing. Ka kite ano.